Hello and welcome back to the another episode of Daily Quiz for UPSC Prelims 2025. It is 30th July today and we are going to discuss 10 questions in this session. You know, every day we upload this video in which we discuss the questions related to the current affairs, those current affairs which we had discussed already in the day session, so that it will give you an idea how the questions could be framed from the current affairs and also help you revise your current affairs. And another thing which we take in this video is the previous year questions. We try to solve those questions. We try to find the methods how can we solve those previous year questions and how to implement that knowledge in the upcoming exams. So as it is said, for if you want to qualify your prelims, you need to know your previous year questions. With this, first I would like to request you guys, please do subscribe the channel and share it with your friends so that they may also get benefited. And when you subscribe this, it gives us the motivation to work more hard on it and bring out the best information here. Now, without any delay, let us see what the first question says. We discussed about the Bihar reservation bill, how High Court, stayed that reservation, and then the case went to the Supreme Court and it upheld the High Court's decision. And with respect to that reservation bill, it was said that the Bihar CM, he has met the PM of India and he wanted to bring that bill into the ninth schedule. So with respect to the ninth schedule, we have framed a question here which could be important for your prelims. Let us see what does it say. Here the question says, which of the following statements about the ninth schedule of the Indian Constitution are correct? Here the first statement, the ninth schedule was introduced by the First Amendment Act of 1951. This is 100% true. Second statement, laws placed in the ninth schedule are immune from judicial review even on the grounds of fundamental rights. Yes, this is also true, but these can be reviewed on the laws put in the ninth schedule can be reviewed in the rare circumstances. Now let us see what the third statement says. The inclusion of laws in the ninth schedule is automatically reviewed by the Supreme Court if challenged. No, it is not true. It is not automatically reviewed, but the sensitiveness of the case, डिपेंडिंग ऑन दैट इट वुड बी रिव्यूड. मतलब कि ऐसे इसको रिव्यू नहीं करता, ये सेंसिटिविटी क्या है केस की, हाउ इम्पोर्टेंट इट इज़, डिपेंडिंग ऑन दैट इशू इट कुड बी रिव्यूड. सो अगर हम इधर देखेंगे जो रिजर्वेशन बिल लाई गई बिहार गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से, सपोज इफ इट इज़ पुट अंडर द नाइन्थ शेड्यूल, मे बी दैट रिजर्वेशन बिल वुड बी reviewed by the Supreme Court if it is put under the ninth schedule, because that is a very sensitive topic. Reservation is very sensitive topic in our country, so maybe this would be reviewed. Now that is the talk for the future. Now let's move towards so in the question number 1, what are the correct statements? The only correct statements in the question number 1 are 1 and 2. Now coming to the question number 2, it says, which of the following statements regarding the national education policy 2020 are correct? We discussed about the 10 bag free days with respect to the national education policy 2020, how NCERT had brought out the 10 bagless days where the students will be given the opportunity to meet the people outside their school, interact with them and develop their marketing and social skills. With respect to the national education policy, we had framed a question here so that it will help you improve your knowledge over the national education policy and prepare you for the prelims itself. Here the question says, first statement, the National Education Policy 2020 proposed the introduction of new curriculum structure known as the National Education Technology Framework. It is totally incorrect. Yeah, it does focus on integrating technology with the education, but there is no such national education technology framework. So for option 1 is incorrect. For the option B, option 2, which says the policy aims to achieve a gross enrollment ratio of 50% by 2035 for higher education, 100% true. Option C, NEP 2020 endorses the continuation of 10+2 schooling system without any modification. This is also incorrect. It introduced 5+3+3+4 schooling system. So option 3 is also incorrect. So in the question number 4, the only correct option is option B, which is option 2. Now Another question here, it talks about the Lok Adalat. We saw that 1 week drive of Lok Adalats done by the Supreme Court. With respect to the Lok Adalats, let us see what the question says. Here the statement is Lok Adalats are statutory bodies established under the Legal Service Authorities Act of 1987. 100% true. Option B, the decisions made by the Lok Adalats are legally binding on the parties involved. This is also correct. Option C, Lok Adalats aim to provide a mechanism for speedy and cost-effective resolution of dispute through mutual consent. This is also correct. So in the question number 3, all the statements given are the correct options. Then after that we discussed another article with respect to the Project Tiger, how it displaced many tribals from these areas. So with respect to the Project Tiger, I had framed this question here so that it will give you more idea about the Project Tiger and more understanding about it, the basic information about it. The question says, the statements are: Statement A, Project Tiger was launched in 1973 with the primary objective of conserving the Bengal tiger and its habitat. 100% true. Option B, the project is implemented by the National Tiger Conservation Authority, which is a statutory body. 100% correct. Option 3, the first tiger reserve under Project Tiger was established in the Jim Corbett National Park in Uttarakhand. 100% correct. So for the question number 4, all the 3 statements are correct. For the question number 3, all the 3 statements were correct. Now let's see what the question number 5 is. It is about the International Labour Organization. We saw how India government is approaching, sending its representatives to the International Labour Organization and complaining about the report which ILO has published regarding the Indian employment. So with respect to that, we need to know some points about the International Labour Organization. So I had framed this question here. Here the question says, the ILO is a specialized agency of the United Nations established in 1919. 100% correct. Option B, the ILO's main objective is to promote social justice and fair labor practices worldwide. This is also correct. So for the question number 5, both the statements are correct. So with this, we complete our daily quiz for the, we completed our question portion related to the current affairs. Now let's move to the questions which were asked in the previous year questions. Let us see how we can solve them and how we can apply some common logic in solving these questions, and how we can trace this how we can use same logic in the upcoming next exam, and get the knowledge from these questions and use it in our upcoming next exam. Here the question number 6 says, who among the following streamlined the Maratha administration after Sambhaji? If you had read your modern history, and even the medieval history, usually it is the junction between the Maratha history is the junction between the medieval history and the modern history. So in this, the question is asked, who among the following streamlined the Maratha administration after Sambhaji? After the death of the Sambhaji, who streamlined the Maratha administration? Was he Raja Ram? No. Was he Gangabai? Not him either. Was he Nanaji Deshmukh? Neither him. It was definitely Balaji Vishwanath. So for the question number 6, the correct option would be option B. Now coming to the question number 7, it talks about the chronological sequence of these events. If you had followed me, you would definitely know one thing about such questions, that I give them into the correct chronological order to avoid any confusion. Here the first thing, which was these were the 4 statements given in the question. I had arranged them correctly. First, the construction of Qutub Minar, then death of Feroz Shah Tughlaq, according the information given in the question there. So this is the correct chronological order. Then the arrival of Portuguese in India, and finally reign of Krishna Deva of Vijayanagara. Now coming to the question number 8, it talks about the match the following Ikta system. It was in the same way I had used the correct match here also. For the Ikta system, we had it was introduced by Delhi Sultanate. Then Jagirdari system, or Jagir, related to the Mughals. Then Amaram, related to Vijayanagara. Then Mokasa, related to the Marathas. So in these 2 questions, you could see clearly that I had given the correct options directly here, so that to avoid any confusion. Now moving Go to the another question, question number 9. It talks about which of the following Muslim rulers was hailed as a Jagat Guru by his Muslim subjects because of his belief in secularism. Was he Hussein Shah? No. Was he Zainul Abidin from Kashmir? No. Was he Muhammad II? No. He was definitely Ibrahim Adil Shah. So for the question number 9, it is option C, which is the correct option. Now, coming to the last question, it talks about in which of the following cities is the Lingaraja temple located? Is it Bhubaneswara? Is it Bijapur? Is it Kolkata? Or is it Sharavana Belagola? So for the question number 10, the correct option is option A. It is Bhubaneswar, where the Lingaraja temple is located. So with this, we complete our today's discussion. I hope you would like the video. I hope you would share it with your friends, and I definitely hope it will reach to the larger audience, and you will definitely like the video and subscribe the channel. You know, if I will give you one advice here, if I was at your place, I was preparing for my next year's exam, what I will do every day, I will start noting these questions on my notebook, so that it will give me the time to I will when the exams are near, I would be able to revise them. So with this, let's conclude our discussion. Thank you very much for staying with me. Thank you. Best of luck.